How do you save dill seed from your kitchen garden? That's what I'm going to teach you how to do in today's video. Welcome to the Gardenary channel. Garden plus ordinary equals gardenary. We are on a mission to make gardening an ordinary part of everybody's life. Once again, we do that through ebooks, online courses, and garden coaching. So whether you're at the beginning of your gardening journey or you're a garden pro ready to become a garden coach, Gardenary is the place for you to hang out with us and be inspired to grow to the next level. So be sure you subscribe and hang out with us all season long. Today, I want to show you how to save tons of dill seed from your dill plants so that you have dill for life. Sound good? All right, so I have gathered a few different flower blooms from my dill plants. I've had dill growing actually in my pollinator garden this year. So in previous years, I put dill directly into my kitchen garden, and I do have a few plants back there, but I'll be honest, dill gets a little unruly as the season goes on. In fact, I've had dill plants grow to 3.5, 4 feet tall inside my kitchen garden. So in my raised beds, what happens is it ends up taking up a little too much space and blocking out other things that I want to grow. And I found that dill's pretty forgiving and it'll grow pretty well in the middle of just in-ground gardening. So this year I experimented with planting a lot of seed and some plants in my pollinator garden because swallowtail butterflies actually love dill plants. So the seasons have rolled on. Dill loves cooler weather, and so as it warmed up here in the Chicago area, all the dill has started to flower. So let's walk through the different processes of dill becoming seed, and then I'll show you a couple ways that you can save the seed. Sound good? All right, so here is the top of a dill bloom as it starts to flower. So it flowers, and then you get these little yellow flowers, and then they start to kind of close up. And when those flowers close up, you get these little lime green seed pods. So that's the first stage. It's going to be lime green. When this is happening, you want to just let this be. Let it stay on the plant and just hang out just that way. So within a few days, this little lime green is going to start to fade in color, and it's going to turn a little bit more beigeish. So here is a huge seed head that is in that transition. So it's moving from a lime green over to more of like a light beige. So this is probably just a week or so away from really turning full on ready to harvest and store dill seed. So lime green to light white, and then you have this one. So it's going to start to take on a brown color. So you can see it's getting that kind of, you know, this is the end of my life kind of stage. So this is probably a few days after this light white, you start to get, you know, some brown. And then this seed head here is at the final stage. So you can see it's gone all the way from a lime green to a brown. And this is at the point where this dill seed is actually ready to be harvested. So a good little test you can do to make sure that your dill seed is actually ready is just to pick off one or two on the flower head and feel if they're hard, not soft, that's what you want, and if they feel dry. So if there's any kind of moisture or softness to them, then they're not quite ready. So if I were to do the same test on some of these, they're gonna feel a lot softer and like they're retaining more water. These seeds, once they hit this point, they're pretty much done. They're not trying to take up water anymore. They're actually on a mission to dry out so that the plant can continue its life cycle. It wants to make seed because it wants its species to thrive and grow. All right, so once you get to this point, you just want to cut off the seed head from the base, just like this, and then go in and grab a bowl. So this is a great project actually to do with kids or to save maybe for a fall project. So once the weather isn't as nice or you have some rainy days or colder days, this is a great colder day activity. So you could save these. What I typically do is I'll cut these off and put them in, say, a brown bag just a nice, safe, dry place to store them. Stick them in my garden office and then come back on a rainy day or a day when I'm a little like, summer's over, and take some time to harvest the seed and save it for the next season. So you could just absolutely store these away, and then all you're gonna do is go, when you're ready to actually start to harvest, you're just gonna take your hand and on each little seed head, let's see if I can do this without a table, you're just going to literally just kind of bunch the seeds together with your fingers, and that'll get them to detach from the seed head. Do you see that? Pretty fun, right? So easy. Like I said, this is a great activity for kids. They'll get to learn about the plant's life cycle. They'll get to see what seeds actually look like, and they'll, you know, have something to do with their hands besides play on an iPad or something. Not that I'm speaking from experience or anything. So as you can see from this one little seed head, I probably have, I don't know, 200, 300 seeds. It's crazy the amount of seeds that one little seed head will produce, or flower head. And each dill that you grow is probably gonna have 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8 of these per plant. Is that crazy? That's the power of the garden. The garden, literally, once you get started, it just reproduces itself again and again. It's so amazing. So once you've got those seeds separated, then you have a couple of different options to store them. So let me show those to you now. All right, so my favorite and the easiest is just getting a little seed package. I think I got these from Southern Exposure. They have an ability where you can just order a big sleeve of seed packages, and they have a adhesive thing so you can close them up. So literally all you got to do is just take these dried seeds. Now you do want to make sure they are completely dry. So oftentimes what I'll do is after I do this, I'll let them sit out just another day or two to make sure there's no moisture left. But you can just store them like that and then close them up, and then you definitely want to label it. So I would label where you got these, when you harvested them, put a date on them, and then store them away for next year. The other thing I love to do with my dill seed is put them in a little spice shaker. So I love to use dill seed as flavoring on salads and soups and things, especially in the winter time when it feels like I just don't have any fresh garden things. So another way to do it is just simply put your dill seed in a little spice shaker, and then you can just, you know, shake on a little dill flavoring throughout the winter time. Super easy, fun way to store your dill seed. So that is about it. It's not complicated and it's pretty magical. So the fact that each and every plant that grows in your garden really has in its DNA a way to reproduce itself hundreds of times over is one of the things that keeps me coming back to the garden again and again. So I hope that this little lesson on harvesting dill seed has opened your eyes to the magic of the garden, and I hope you'll be saving a lot of seed soon. If you have not taken the Green Thumb quiz yet, you got to check it out at gardenary.com/quiz. We'll help you figure out where you are in your kitchen garden journey and give you resources to help you grow to the next level. And if you're ready to go to the next level, you might want to sign up for Gardenary coaching. We have garden coaches all over the United States, all over North America actually, who can help you design your own kitchen garden and get a plan to set up your garden just like I have. So you can find out about that at the link below or at gardenary.com/coaches. Thanks again for watching and saving dill seed with me. I'll see you next time.